Say hello, Lucy. So today we are coming at you with the first update for my Pan That palette. It's very belated, I'm sorry about that. As you can see, I have moved. So I kind of didn't have much time. It was very stressful running around and everything. I promise that I will keep with the updates every month and hopefully will be more on time next month. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my project and want to continue seeing my progress. So last month the palette had one pan and a lot of the shades I had used at all, barely, like just a tiny bit. And here we are, the update for this month. So I have no new pans. But this pan here on my pills has been expanded a lot. There's close up and I will talk about all the shades. So, I'm from Ranch. My thoughts about this shade are kind of the same, that it's too white and not shiny enough. I'm wearing it on my brow bone and inner corner today. It's, you know, the best inner corner highlight in the palette, so I have been using it a lot and I have worn away the star quite a lot. I feel like I will be getting pan on that very soon. My pill is probably my favorite shade. My favorite and most used shade, I would say. Food videos is definitely my favorite. Tanacon I've made a decent amount of progress on. The imprint on the eye is definitely fading. And Diet Root Beer. Okay, so this one, these two are very similar in shade, so I do try and deepen up looks with Diet Root Beer Lucy. But it never quite looks as deep as I want it to be. Also, I find that these two, my pills and Tanacon, are very powdery and soft and blendable, and then this one is very hard. It's like that for a few of the shades. I find that Not a Fact is also the same, where most of the shades are very soft, but there's just a few that are quite hard in the pan and don't have as much don't have as much kickback, which is probably for the best. Just a theory. The star is almost gone there. And spiraling, I mean, I'm making progress on it. That one's probably, I mean, if you saw my intro, you would know my thoughts about spiraling, but I've used it a couple times, I think. Conspiracy, I'm getting there. It's one of the more hard metallics. Pigment, I've used a decent amount. It is quite soft, but I don't know, during Halloween I was kind of avoiding pink a little bit. Food videos I've used a few times, but such a bright shade of yellow that it's not always like an everyday kind of shade that I could wear to work. Trisha is also one of the harder metallics. It's really strange how some of them are harder and softer. Cheese Dust, I don't think I've actually used this month. As you can see, the pig is still completely intact. The Flaming Hot I wore today, and I don't think I've worn at all this month. And what's the tea? I think I'll have pan on this soon. My pan, those eyeshadows, is ended, and that was a part of it, but yeah, I don't know. I think I should be able to soon. The mint green I use quite a lot. Diet Cola, I don't know if I've even used it this month. As you can see, the imprint's still very there. Not a Fact, again one of those hard ones. I have used it a decent amount. I can kind of see the SD kind of rubbing away, but yeah. Sleep Paralysis, this is actually one of the most beautiful shades in the palette and I really enjoy it. It's really good for both doing dramatic makeup and also doing more natural makeup. Like I'll wear it to work, but I'll also wear it out. I think it's definitely my favorite shade. Oh, my favorite metallic at least. Not worth buying the palette for, but if you do own the palette, I do advise you to dip into sleep paralysis. You'll probably enjoy it. Illuminati, I've pretty much worn away the eye on this one, and my Rides here is again one of those hard mattes, but I have used it a decent amount for it being a black and not something I would usually use it a lot. My next goal will be continuing to wear away all of the embossing, is that what they're called? Embossings? Prints in the palette. Hopefully I can get there. I think there's definitely Ranch should be easy, Tanacon, maybe Diet Root Beer, I'm not sure. But yes, in addition to that, I would like to hit pan on What's the Tea. There's a considerable dip in there, and I think I can, considering how often I wear greens. In moving, I'm not sure where my scales are, but if I can find them, I will include a picture of the weight. I have been wearing this a decent amount for a while. It was the only palette that I had out in my makeup collection, so I was using it pretty much every day. And now that I have stopped my pen those eyeshadows on Instagram, it's kind of my focus. Yes, Lucy. Oh my god. So exciting. That's my update for November. Hopefully by December we can see even more progress. Hopefully we'll have another pan. Isn't that exciting? I think that I might even be able to use up my pills very soon, because it is, you know, one of the best light mattes for me in this palette. Tanacon is very close to it, but not quite light enough for me, but then it's not dark enough. These two browns are a mess. We've spoken about it a lot. Yes, it's not the easiest palette to use. The shades are not cohesive enough to make great looks. My looks either lean very pink or very brown, but there's not enough. But whenever I try to use the browns, there's not enough things to give me definition, so it's kind of a very frustrating one to use. It's good if you just want to use one shade and then grab another palette to use with it, but on its own, it's kind of a bit of a challenge. That's all for this video, I suppose. Remember to subscribe to continue on my progress and see how I go. I hope we can make progress by the end of this year. Get all those prints worn away. I think that's a goal that I could achieve. It's a very kind of holiday palette, I think. Fingers crossed. Anyway, come on, Lucy, you gotta say goodbye. Say goodbye, Lucy. Oh, you're so cute, yes you are.